Good morning, honorable dignitaries, members of the organizing committee, respected teachers, and all participants of this event. We are delighted to welcome you all today for the 21st Annual Convention and International Conference on Transdisciplinary Approaches, Global Trends in Education, Research and Development, being organized by the Council for Teacher Education Foundation CTEF Kerala jointly with Baselios College of Education Sultan Bathery Wayanad in collaboration with Kerala State Higher Education Council KSHEC Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin AIRO Kerala Chapter and Council for Education Administration and Management CEAM. We are very happy to introduce the cornerstones behind this great event. The Council for Teacher Education Foundation CTEF was founded by a great visionary in the field of teacher education, Dr. Gulab Chowdasia in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh in the year 1985 with the support of a handful of committed teacher educators in the country. Presently, this prestigious organization has more than 8,000 individual and institutional life members across the nation and abroad. CTEF Kerala commenced its function in the year 2000 under the leadership of Professor Dr. K. Shivadasan Pillai, which has nearly 1,000 individual life members and 45 institutional life memberships. Present state level office bearers are Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Chairman, Dr. Rajeshwari K, General Secretary, Dr. K. Anwar, Treasurer. The growth of this organization during these years has been remarkably encouraging. Baselios College of Education, Sultan Bathery, Kerala, is a self-financing teacher education college run by the Catholic Diocese of Bathery, being established in 2005, affiliated to the University of Calicut, recognized by the NCTE and patronized by His Excellency Most Reverend Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas, Bishop of Bathery. This institution has been started to cater the educational needs of the people irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. The college currently offers the 2-year, 4-semester B.Ed program with selected 100 students in 6 subjects and DLAR to a selected 50 students, upholding the motto "Lighter to Lighter," outfitting academic excellence with the principles of social and moral ethics. Let's know about the associates in collaboration. Kerala State Higher Education Council (KSHEC) is an advisory board to the Government of Kerala in higher education, came into existence in 2007 by Kerala State Higher Education Council Act. Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin AIRIO was being formed with the purpose of bringing together the bright young researchers of India, providing them with a global exposure and highlighting their work to the rest of the world. The Council for Educational Administration and Management CEAM is a registered non-governmental national organization founded in 2019 with the mission of prioritizing the areas of educational administration and management and education across the nation and beyond. As we all know, the theme of our international conference is transdisciplinary approaches, global trends in education, research, and development. Transdisciplinary means bringing the exploration of the right concept, issue, or problem that integrates the perspectives of multiple disciplines in order to connect the new knowledge and deeper understanding. to real life experiences. We do hope that this conference will provide a splendid opportunity for everyone to come together and incubate on the transdisciplinary global trends in education, research, and development. Let's together make this event a great grand success. Prayer, being the remembrance of God before everything we start. To grace this occasion with a prayer song, we do call upon Miss R.D. K.M. from College Baselios. ശരണം ശരണം त्वमेव कृष्णा त्वमेव क्रिस्तु त्वमेव हर्षा त्वमेव माता पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुः त्वमेव त्वमेव वित्तं त्वमेव सर्वस्वम् त्वमात्मज्योतिः परमं ज्योतिः विष्णुचैतन्यम् अभयके भगवन् शरणं शरणम् अभयके भगवन् शरणं शरणम्. To start with, let's begin our program with a flag hosting ceremony. For the same, I do welcome the General Convener of this conference, Dr. V. Anil Kumar, who is also the Principal of Baselios College of Education, Sultan, Bathery.
And my dear teachers, today we assembled here, my dear students and my dear teachers, today we assembled here to host the flag for the international seminar. The international seminar is going to conduct our college on January 12th, 13th and 14th. And this seminar was jointly organized by Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Kerala, and our college, Baselios College of Education, in association with AREO, SEAM, and Kerala Higher Education Council. So I am very happy to host the flag for starting the international seminar.
Thank you, sir, for your esteemed presence. For briefing the conference, I humbly invite the conference coordinator, Dr. J. Sunil, Vice Principal of Baselios Education.
To all our comparing students, we mentioned about CTEF, AO, Council, Association of Today, 10:30 to 11 a.m., the special address is through online. Professor Dr. K.M. Bendarkar, the National President of CTEF India. Then Professor Dr. Nilima Bhagwati, CTEF International Secretary General. Then Dr. Grace Annie Matthew, Chairman of CTEF Kerala. The 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the panel discussions through online. The main theme is transdisciplinary approaches in managing quality system of education. The moderator, Professor Abdul Ghaffur, Head of the Department of Education, Calicut University, Kerala. The panelists, Managing Quality Ecosystem in Education by Professor Asha JV. Second one, Educational Outreach Program, a step towards developing skills, knowledge, and strengthening community by Dr. Bobby Mahenda. Third one, the impact of visuals in ethnomethodological studies by Dr. Archana Paul. Emotional and psychological well-being of students in higher education institutions by Dr. Ruby. After that, 12 p.m. to 12:20 p.m. the discussions. After that, concluding remarks by the moderator. After that, the lunch break, the paper presentation through online. The second day, that is 13th January 2023. The registration will be started sharp at 9 a.m. The inaugural session will be started on 10 a.m. The invocations by college choir. Welcome address by Dr. V. Anil Kumar Sir, Principal of Baselios College of Education, Sultan, Bathery, Wayanad. Introduction of the conference, Dr. M.S. Geeta, Conference Director and Vice Chairman of CTEF Kerala. Presidential address by Dr. Grace Ann Matthew, Chairperson, CTEF Kerala and General Convener. 10:35 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Blessing speech, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas, Bishop of Bathery and Patron of CTEF Kerala. Then 10:45 to 11 a.m. Inaugural address by Professor Rajan Varghese, Member Secretary, the Kerala State Higher Education Council. Then keynote address through online by Professor Dr. Brigitte Phillips, Burgenland, University of Applied Science, Austria. Then the memorial lecture of Professor N.P. Pillai by Dr. V. Raghu, the former Controller of Examinations and Dean, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. After that, memorial lecture on Professor K.S. Pillai by Professor K. Shivarajan, former Dean, Faculty of Education, University of Calicut. Then presentation of CT 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. there is a lunch break. After that, the panel presentation will be started. Main theme, global trends in education and development. The moderator will be Professor Dr. C.M. Bindu, Professor, Department of Education of Calicut University. Panelists, gender sensitive education, Dr. Mariama Matthew. Then the pursuit of leadership through happiness, Dr. Pradesh Dixit. Third one, facilitating learning and industrial revolution, Dr. Pooja Valia. Then discussion and conclusion, remarks by moderator. Then 2:30 to 4 p.m. the paper presentation and completion will be conducted at main auditorium. General paper presentation, parallel discussions will be started on rooms 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rooms. 4:30, general body meeting of CTEF Kerala. Then the third day, that is 14th January 2021, the 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. paper presentation. The thematic session fund, Global Trends in Lifelong Learning, the Convenient Higher Education Perspective by Dr. N. Johnson. Then thematic session 2, the search into the scope of meaning of transdisciplinary in teaching and research by Dr. K.Y. Benedict, Principal, Martha Training College, Thiruvananthapuram, Vice President of CTEF Kerala. The 11:30 a.m. valedictory session. The welcome by Dr. V. Daniel, presidential address by Professor Jacob Matthew, and resume of the conference, Dr. Anwar K. The valedictory address by Professor Dr. V. Raghu, former Controller of Examination and Dean, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. The special address by Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, the Chairman of CTEF Kerala. 12:14 to 1 p.m., the awards for paper presentation competitions. Then Professor Venmani Manuel Memorial Award and Dr. Sudish Memorial Award will be distributed. Honoring of PhD awardees, 1 p.m. to 1:10 p.m. The reflections, 10 to 1:30 p.m. The vote of thanks by Dr. Rajeshri K., Organizing Secretary and the Secretary of CTF. This is the program schedule of our international conference. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for providing us an elaborate view regarding the conference. Moving the program forward, we do have special addresses. Foremost, I respectfully invite Professor Dr. K.M. Mandalkar, National President of CTEF India, one of the most eminent educationists in India, who is leading CTEF National for the last few years. Over to you, sir. Professor Dr. K. Mandarkar, National President of CTEF India, for the special address. Sir, a kindly request Dr. K.M. Mandalkar, National President of CTEF, for the special address of the international conference.
Attention everyone, we have more delegates here to join the session. We will resume the session shortly. Thank you. Welcome you all. We have yet more delegates to join. We have to wait for a few more minutes.
We are moving program forward. We do have our special addresses. Foremost, I respectfully invite Professor Dr. K.M. Bhandarkar, National President of CTEF India, one of the eminent educationists in India who is leading CTEF National for the last few years. Over to you, sir. Professor Dr. K.M. Bhandarkar, National President of CTEF India, one of the eminent educationists in India who is leading CTEF National. We welcome you, sir, for the special address.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Just arrived in my office. Good morning to all of you. At the first, let me pay my homage to a great religious leader from India, Swami Vivekananda. It is his birth anniversary today. I will fail in my duty if I don't express my gratitude towards Professor K. Shivdasan Pillai, a great educationist from Kerala. Professor Nilima Bhagwati Madam, respected Bishop Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas Sir, Dr. V.M. Sasikumar Sir, Chairperson of the South Zone of CTEF, Dr. Gracie Anne Matthews Madam, Chairperson of the CTEF Kerala, Dr. Regu Sir, Dr. Rajeshwari K. Madam, General Secretary of the CTEF Kerala Chapter, Dr. V. Anil Kumar Sir, Principal of the Mar Baselios College of Education, Dr. Anwar Sir, Dr. G. Valsala, Dr. J. Sunil, Dr. Nimmi Maria Omen Madam. She is the coordinator of the conference. All esteemed resource persons, speakers, panelists, office bearers of the CTEF Kerala chapter, participants and friends. At the outset, let me congratulate the organizers for organizing this wonderful event. The theme of the convention or say conference is Transdisciplinary Approaches, Global Trends in Education, Research and Development. This mega event is organized by the CTEF Kerala chapter, which is a very prominent chapter of the CTEF. It is in collaboration with Mar Baselios College of Education, Kerala, then Kerala State Higher Education Council, Association of International Association of Researchers of Indian Origin, and Council for Educational Administration and Management. How can we forget the contribution of Dr. G. Chaurasia in the field of education, who was a founder president of the Council for Teacher Education. I have been associated with him for almost 33 years, and from 1977 to 85 I was in Bhopal and I was working with him. Then the contribution of Dr. Devraj Vij for expanding this conference, this CTEF, is actually of tremendous importance. Then Dr. Sasikumar Sir, Satinder Madam, Dr. S.D. Singh, our friend Khushwinder Singh, then Pargat Singh, all from Punjab. These people are very much active even today. And let me mention the contribution of Delhi NCR chapter. They are organizing lot of conferences and conventions and workshops and faculty development programs. Dr. S.C. Pachori is there. He is Secretary, Assistant Secretary General of the CTEF. Then Dr. Satyendra Gupta is there. Then Dr. Sanjay Kumar is there. So these people are actually working for the betterment of teachers. And what to say about Kerala chapter? This chapter is the only chapter which has instituted so many awards in the name of great educationists of Kerala. At present, we are having 23 state and union territory chapters working in India. Besides, we do have a chapter in Nepal, then in Bangladesh, and we are likely to establish a new chapter in Singapore with the help of our friend Dr. Deepak Vaikar. Then we are trying to revive the chapter in Britain with the help of Dr. Rashmi Khurana. So these people are actually worth mentioning. And my friend Dr. Reghu sir, he is always active and he had been to Nagpur so many times. Friends, in view of today's scenario in the field of education and especially in view of the NEP 2020, the theme of this conference is very much apt and the sub-themes are of vital importance. It is rightly said that if you wish to destroy any country, you don't need any weapons, atom bombs, and long range or short range missiles. Let the quality of education go down. Let the students cheat in the examinations. And what will be the result of such education systems? Bridges and buildings will collapse at the hands of such architects and engineers. Money will be lost at the hands of such accountants and CAs. Patients will die at the hands of such doctors. Justice will be denied at the hands of such judges. And generations will get spoiled at the hands of such teachers. So that will be the product of that type of education system where students are allowed to cheat in the examination. So we should be very aware of quality, and we are trying to maintain, at least I am using the word maintain, the quality of education. Improvement is far away from us. At present, actually the whole country and the teacher educators especially, they are engaged in the process of implementation of NEP 2020. Its recommendations are far reaching, but it is always difficult to implement new policy effectively because so many factors are there. Teachers' welfare is nation's welfare is the logo of CTEF. Yes, it is mentioned. But what is the condition of teachers and especially teacher educators? I am very sad to mention that our teacher educators throughout the country. I have visited so many states, and condition is more or less similar to each and every state. Thanks to the Kerala state, condition of teacher educators is little better. In Punjab, it is little better, but in rest of the India, the condition of teacher educators, their social status, their economic status is actually very low. It gives me pain to mention this. So many qualified friends are there who are MA or MSc, then MA, then PhD. They are having 5 degrees. Even some people have cleared NET and SLATE examination also. And even then, they are working on less salary. So underemployment in the field of teacher education is a matter of great concern to our CTEF. I think we actually need to establish National Teachers Fund, and contribution from CSR of the companies and corporate sector should go there. And the people who are willing to donate huge amounts on religious places, in temples and so many other places, they should also donate some amount to National Teachers Fund, because as my teacher Dr. J.S. Rajput rightly mentioned few days back, he was in Japan and he asked one of the person, what is the effort behind your progress? You have progressed tremendously. You were nowhere after Second World War. And the person answered, we have believed in our teachers. We have a tremendous faith in our teachers. So that is the force behind Japan's progress, because education, as you know, is a man-making process. And if our teachers and teacher educators are in bad condition, they are facing so many problems, then no policy can be implemented effectively. So this is my humble suggestion on this occasion. Peter Drucker rightly said that only that person will survive in the 21st century who is having skill of acquiring new skills. This sentence is perhaps a key sentence while implementing NEP 2020. Only that person will survive in the 21st century who is having skill of acquiring new skills. This is actually very true, because in the past years we have neglected so many skills: skill of decision making, skill of problem solving, skill of maintaining interrelationship with others, and so many life skills. Those were missing from our education system. So this is high time not only to include them, but to inculcate these skills among our teachers first of all, and then in our students. Then and then only we will be able to create international citizens. Otherwise, the policy will remain on paper. We have to be very careful. We are lucky enough to have very dedicated teachers and teacher educators. And in view of their dedication, let us hope that we will be able to implement this policy very effectively. NCF 22 national curriculum framework. It will be developed in 4 phases, and this is high time to give our suggestions and recommendations in the implementation of curriculum, especially curriculum at these 4 phases of education. I am sure our teacher educators are well aware of their responsibility, and they will contribute positively towards the development of NCF 22, which is in progress, and they have asked us to send our recommendations from society, recommendations from educationists, teachers, teacher educators, and other experts. The topic of this convention is in fact very much relevant, because unless and until we use transdisciplinary approach, we will not be able to break airtight compartment between various disciplines and subjects. If we implement transdisciplinary approach, then and then only we will be able to effectively process and conduct the recommendations of this NEP 2020. Recommendations are actually very far reaching, very ambitious, and it is now our turn to make this policy effective. I am very much thankful for inviting me and sparing some time for me. Friends, you have invited so many reputed speakers and panelists. I have seen that Madam Burgis is also there, and she is actually a very good speaker. She is from Austria. Then member secretary of the Kerala State Higher Education Council is also there. So many people from administration and teaching field are with you, and I hope this convention will show us a new path in framing cohesive curriculum, integrated curriculum at all stages, and not only framing the curriculum, but also it will show the path how to implement this policy effectively. I wish you all the best, and Nilima madam is also there. She has joined. So I again congratulate all of you on behalf of the CTEF. Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, sir, for your wholehearted words. Moving forward, we have another special address. We have Professor Dr. Nilima Bhagwati, International Secretary General, CTEF India. She was the Emeritus Professor of Guwahati University, retired in 2015. She also holds the position of Director, Asian Region of Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration and Management. She also has led Goodwill Mission to 6 countries. We are very happy to welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari. Without wasting time, let me start, because I have already given the commitment to be in another meeting from 11:20. So I have to go out. Esteemed CTEF office bearers, I hope you can hear me clearly. Are you hearing me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me. Okay. Esteemed CTF Kerala chapter office bearers, National President, Dr. K. Vandarkarji, all the respected live members of Kerala chapter, CTEF, and all ladies and gentlemen present. And namaste to all. Let me start the day, the convention day, wishing you a very, very happy new year, because today is only 12th, and I think I can still wish you an excellent and lovely new year to all of you. May God bless you all, and let us all be happy. Let us all do work constructively, and let us make our country very, very prosperous and progressive by giving the contributions from our end as teachers of this nation. Friends, I just could hear a few words. He was speaking on NEP. I'm not going to touch today much of NEP. I will just take the keywords of the theme which you have given. But whatever is given in the theme is already being there in the National Education Policy 2020. Friends, you all know and very much aware that after long decades, we have got a policy. The policy which is very much going to fulfill the wishes, the aspirations, the educational needs, and the 21st needs of our learners and the people as well. As you all know, had got through this NEP 2020, you are also aware that it is one of the historical document which has been framed under the very, very visionary leadership of Dr. K. Kristarangan and his team members. And I thank them at the very outset for this wonderful, very constructive NEP 2020. And I also thank our Honorable Prime Minister, Narendranath Modi ji, for his, expedition. He was so much, what to say. We have heard and we have also seen him once rushing to the Ministry of Education to do the best to bring out the education policy by 2020. So I thank all of them, and let me come to the point now. As we know, friends, that the government has given us a wonderful, very constructive national education policy. The deputy chairperson of Niti Aayog in a conference, he said very wonderfully and very visionary, with vision, that the government has given us a wonderful policy, but it is the teachers. It is the teachers who has to implement. It is the teachers who has to change their mindset. It is the teachers who have to come forward, because such a historic educational policy will never come in future. I can assure that from my end, because I have seen and been present in most of the meetings of the NEP 2020. Friends, as you know, the multidisciplinary concept already entered. And I'm happy that Karnataka from South is the first state in the country to implement the National Education Policy 2020. I have visited few schools in Karnataka and have seen an image about the children's concept of multidisciplinary, the children's concept about vocational education, the children's concept about what they are going to do when they will go for art-related education or sports-related education. This is something very excellent and a very good preparation. So, like that, some of the states are also gearing up. We over here in Assam, we're also gearing up from this session 2023. And I do hope all the teachers will come out now to get mentally prepared for the acceptance of the national education policy. Friends, like multidisciplinary, another buzzword has come, which actually existed in 1990, that is transdisciplinary. The transdiscipline. Now, we all know that in multidisciplinary system, there is a huge combination, huge number of subjects which are kept, and the students are empowered to select according to their own liking, according to their potential. There is no sort of separation of science, arts, or commerce, etc. But here, when we speak about the transdisciplinary, then obviously we cannot keep any subject, any discipline segregated or in a compartment. Like the railway compartment, we cannot keep them very separately. The time had changed. Our thinkings have changed. The thinkings have gone up. Lots of research work has been done in the country. The COVID has given us a very good lesson. Immediately, the people has to jump into the research action because the medicines were in the beginning, or the injections, as you say, were not available, the initial stage. So like that, we have a number of problems in our country. You already know about it. India is a large country, a huge population, and the numbers of problems are also multiple. But these problems, if we want to sort of solve or go into it in depth, then what we have to do, we have to take the help of transdisciplinary. Like I was just talking while counseling my clients yesterday, that now look, the research has become a very important component. It is no longer something that you will go into the survey book and find out what researches are being done in the country. Just most of the students do that. But now the time has come, we have to get into the reality to identify what are the needs, what are the demands of the country, and then get into it. Maybe in that research, we have to combine psychology, we have to combine geography, we have to combine sociology. Maybe like that in literature also, we have to combine history, we have to combine geography, and get into those subjects, transfer, go into them to get as much as possible in depth manner for a very, very good scientific research work. So therefore, friends, when we talk about this transdisciplinary, it is becoming a buzzword actually after 20. I have read in one article. Otherwise, in college, when we studied, we sort of studied something like correlating one subject with another. But here, it has become a very, sort of buzzword, and also a robust approach to transdisciplinary research is in the minds of many scholars, many people in the country. Practically in the medical field, in the engineering, in the environmental area, or say whatever the problems comes out in different discipline perspectives, that needs this transdisciplinary. Again, what is most important? We people, or we the teachers, we know about what is transdiscipline, but what about our scholars? What about the young minds who are in the college or who are in the universities? We have to infuse in the mind about this very, very important word, transdisciplinary. We cannot restrict ourselves to one, that I will do research only in psychology, I will do some emotional tests and find out the findings and submit the, that time has gone now. Even you have to bring genetics into that. Even you have to bring sociology into that. Even you have to bring the environment into that. Lots of factors come when you think about good transdisciplinary research work. Yeah, there are like so many burning issues in the country which require solutions, and who will give the solutions? It is we people, the teachers, the scientists, or whoever in the field. They have to bring out the solutions. The solutions will come when we sit in a teamwork and reach the people, reach the different subjects, and try to give a scientific way of solving it. I just remember one, sort of problem which arose, and one of the scholars was doing research work in Guwahati University. She rang me up and took some guidance. She was doing on delinquent, it is not back, about I think a year back, on delinquent children. And according to her, the delinquents are posing the greatest problem in the society. Okay, then I told her, so you are doing a wonderful work, going to do a wonderful work, but how are you going to do your work and relate your work with other works, other aspects? She has no idea. So this is actually what is happening. So we have to be very clear when we as guides or when we as teachers have to bring out from the narrow concept of research and take them into the broader field of research practically when we talk about this buzzword transdisciplinary. Friends, now also we need orientation. The teachers needs orientation. We are neglecting that many a times. Orientation in the research methodology, orientation in good research work, orientation in quality research work, orientation on the demands of the country, the needs of the country. All these are some of the ways through which we can fulfill the aspirations, the needs of the country. When we think about the socio-economy, when we think about the poverty, when we think about the climate change, when we think about the pollution, which is a tremendous, practically in a place like Delhi, which is going on. So for that, what we have to also get into it and do brainstorming as how to help the nation with good solutions by doing some transdisciplinary research work and come to solve the problem. Let me come very quickly to the education. Now, education, as you know, in the multidisciplinary, lots of things have been said, very wonderfully said in the NEP. Now, it is transdisciplinary is also very much related, I should say, very much relevant is the right word, very much relevant in connecting new knowledge, to the real life experiences. This is something very important, which is also being mentioned about when they talk about in NEP about experiential education. So this is one part which the teachers have to know very well, how they can connect the new knowledge with what? With the real life experiences. Secondly, if we come to the exploration, relevant concept. So we have to explore this, what is also in the NEP, the exploration studies. The students must know how to explore themselves so that it will, in the long run, it will help them in the research studies also. How to explore something and find out it as an innovative way to what to do, to carry on in our learning process or in future in the research studies. Again, another thing which will help them tremendously is in the divergent thinking, which is really missing in the student population nowadays, if we find out, because they get everything ready-made. They simply click the mouse and the whole world comes to them. Even we people have to take the help of internet and take the data and everything. We also take the help of internet in finding out giving some suggestions also. So let us come to the reality and let us help them to explore ideas, innovative ideas, through different means, through different, explorations of the subjects, motivate them, and also help them to understand their surroundings. If you tell them about environmental education, I think maybe they will be needing a better explanation from us how we can relate it and how we can relate it to the problems which are posing great threat to the country, to the nation. So these are some of the ways which we, the teachers, have to get into the students. They are the ones who look up to us for the knowledge. So therefore, I think this is some of the ways and the role of the teachers presently now, when we have the digital students, we call them digital. Nowadays, the students, they don't read the books like we did at one time. No, they don't like to do that. They would like to have the concept. They will go through the visuals. They will see some of the points because everything is there in the net, and they will do. But that will not help them in the long run. We have to make them think in divergent manner, divergent thinking, which is very important in the student life, so that they can have a very solid future in future. So therefore, I had to skip some words also sometime because I already told you in the beginning that I have to go out and leave this route about at 11:15. But one thing which is very important is the role. I think Vandarkar Azukas here heard the last sentences of what he was showing. The role of the teacher education institutes, the role of the school teachers who will come out from the TEIs. As you know now, the ITEP, which is already in the frame, like it is going to be, almost everything is done, only the books and everything or curriculum is left. But for that, We have to be mentally prepared to groom up, to bloom the best teachers so they can fulfill the desires, the wishes, the aspirations, the hopes of the digital children in the classroom. So that the best of the knowledge, the upgraded knowledge, can go from the teachers to the students. This is how the traditional concept of teacher education system should be washed out from the mind. And we have to be very visionary of how to groom the teachers in our institutes. I have seen one institute particularly long time back. It's in a rural area. I'm just telling you, I think that was the first institute I have seen in this entire northeastern region, which is as if you are entering into an ashram. And inside you will see how the teachers are being involved in the different activities, even during the internship, to make it very much, practical. So that whatever they learn from the institute or learn from the teacher educators, they can carry back to their respective institutions. So this is how we have to think now. We have to give more, like workshops to teach them. We need more workshops on art related than presenting papers. Presenting papers, no doubt we need it. But what I say, the need of the hour, which I go on telling all the chapters in CTEF, that why don't you organize good workshops on NEP? Even Kerala has done, some chapters are doing. I know that, but we need to do more and more so that we can give them first knowledge and also hand-on practice. They need the hand-on practice. So I do feel our teachers have abundant potential. They have come to the job with interest. They have come to the job with aptitude. I'm not talking about those teachers who have come accidentally. I'm talking about those who have come by choice to be teacher educators and the teachers. So for them, there's a huge field to explore. So that whatever they explore, however they update their knowledge, they can transfer it into the knowledge tank of our students. This is what should be in our mind. So with this, I just at the last word, I always tell this is a very sort of common word when I say, or common sentence when I say, while going to the teacher education institutes and speak to the young teachers practically, that look, when you enter the classroom, the first thing you should do, that you are going to do a yagga, a havan inside the classroom. The havan will be for the welfare of the students with pure mind and pure heart. So that they are the people, they are the students whom we are going to groom, whom we are going to mold to hold the reign of the country in future. So the responsibility lies on you. I think definitely our teachers can do that. I'm highly confident with our teachers, but they need training, they need more exposures, they need more workshops to be attended. I thank the Kerala chapter, which is a very vibrant chapter. Kerala chapter from long time back is an old chapter I should say, as far as I remember. I don't know when I met, even Pillaji also met once in Agra when I went there. It's a very old chapter, and under the leadership of Dr. Shashikumarji, under the leadership of Dr. Rajeshwari is a very good in time management. I can tell you why, today I was thinking, I think from yesterday evening, she reminded me about 3 times. Then I said, yes, she can manage timetable. She reminded me that your time is at 11, ma'am, and you have to speak for a few minutes. This is what her relationship, not only with the president or with the secretary international, but with all the chapters, it is excellent, including the other office bearers. So this is what we need as a great quality of our teachers. Thank you all very much. Wish you a very lovely, constructive day. May God bless you. May your energy level go up with 2023, and may God bless us to give our best to the nation to mold the future generation, future leaders, and future what you say, the responsible citizens of the country. I thank everyone. I thank all. Thank you very much and namaste.
Thank you, ma'am, for the valuable words.
I will just leave now. I leave now. I hope I could attend, but this time does not permit me. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. I'll contact you later on, Rajeshwari.
Next, we have Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Chairman, CTEF Kerala, India, has been leading the CTEF Kerala chapter for the last 3 years. One of the stalwarts in education who had an experience in teaching the in-service and pre-service teachers and students in Kerala for more than 35 years. We cordially invite you, ma'am, for the special address. Ma'am is traveling right now, so we'll be playing an audio sent by her.
Good morning to all. Respected manager, most reverend Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas of Baselios College of Education, esteemed principal Dr. Anil Kumar, conference coordinator Dr. Sunil, course director Dr. M.S. Geeta, organizing secretary Dr. Rajeshwari, conference coordinator Dr. Nimi Maria Woman, National South Zone Chairman Dr. V.M. Sachikumar, all the executive members of CTF, our special invitees, Dr. Bendarkar, National President of CTF India, and Dr. Neelima Bhagwati, International Secretary General, all the presidents of collaborative organizations like CEAM, AVO, and Kerala State Higher Education Council, and staff and students of this college. I welcome you all on behalf of CTF Kerala. This 3 days international conference is just started by prayer by students and flag hoisting by the principal, Dr. Anil Kumar. I am delighted to know that everything is going on well in a befitting manner. All the programs of the first day, as you all know, are in the online mode. As I am traveling to Sultan Bathery, I may not be able to meet you and address directly. Hence, this voice clip is forwarded. I do hope that our special guest, Dr. Bendarkar, the National President of CTF India, and Dr. Neelima Bhagwati, the International Secretary General, have shared their appreciations and rich experiences about the functioning of CTEF at national and international levels. Dr. Neelima took the initiative to start international chapters of CTF in England, Singapore, Bangladesh, and other countries. She has introduced many innovative programs at the national and international level for the cause of education, especially teacher education. Both of them are the motivating forces for the spread of this organization in northern and eastern states of India. I express my appreciation and sincere gratitude to Dr. Bendarkar and Dr. Neelima for their dynamic leaderships and also for their participation in this international conference without fail. As per the schedule, the special addresses will be followed by panel discussions and paper presentations on the various aspects of main theme and sub-themes. So I don't want to concentrate more on the main theme of the conference, that is transdisciplinary approaches, a global trend in education, research and development. I congratulate Dr. Raghu and the team for selecting this relevant theme. Till the beginning of the 21st century, we concentrated more on traditional method of teaching and learning within the four walls of the classroom. Teaching and learning was really teacher-centered. Now the situation has been changed. Due to COVID pandemic, we shifted to online mode of education, and now we are following the blended mode of teaching and learning. But with the introduction of National Education Policy 2020, we started thinking about new structures and new patterns of education. That is about multidisciplinary courses, multidisciplinary colleges, and transdisciplinary approaches. Transdisciplinary approach in education and research is an approach for connections and collaborations. That is selecting one life-related theme from one discipline and connecting that with similar themes in all other disciplines. Of course, it will help the teaching and learning community to widen their knowledge and deepen their understanding. Their hidden talents and capabilities and skills will be strengthened, and it will lead to analytical, critical, and evaluative thinking. I can give so many examples of real life situations at the global level to be studied and researched through this transdisciplinary approach. I am not going deep into this matter because this will be followed by panel discussions and paper presentations. They will detail the various aspects of the main theme and all the sub-themes. Let this conference give you all enriching experiences through vibrant thinking and leadership skills. I do appreciate the hardships taken on the part of the Baselios College of Education and CTEF Kerala for making this venture a grand success. I am sure and do hope that these 3 days International Multidisciplinary Conference will be beneficial to all the participants and a blessing to the college. I am winding up my speech of appreciation by wishing all success to this 3 days conference. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your esteemed presence. Let's move on to the next item in the program schedule, that is panel discussion. The discussion is on transdisciplinary approaches in managing quality system of education. Professor Abdul Ghafoor, HOD, Department of Education, Calicut University, Kerala, moderates the session. We are indeed very glad to welcome you, sir, to moderate the session. Our panelists in this session are Professor Asha JV, Professor and Head of School of Pedagogical Sciences, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, Kerala, Dr. Baby Mahanda, Principal, Balurghat, B.Ed College, West Bengal, Dr. Archana Pal, Associate Professor, DAV, PG, College of Dehradun, Uttarakhand, Dr. Now I invite our first panelist, Professor Asha JV, Professor and Head of School of Pedagogical Sciences, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam, Kerala, for presenting the session. For the kind attention to the panelists, all are requested to maintain the 15 minutes assigned for each presentation. Kindly stick to the time schedule.
I hope Dr. Asha will present.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Then as per the sequence, they will follow. And as per the direction of the organizers, time is set, 15 minutes is set apart for every panelist. Of that, 12 minutes will be for presentation, 3 for interaction. The audience may please use the chat box in the Google Meet to raise any queries, etc. That will be responded to in the last 3 minutes. I think the rules are clear for everyone, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, I'm trying to share my screen.
Sure.
Okay. Is it visible, sir?
It is visible.
Ah,
Please
okay.
make it in the presentation mode.
Yeah. Okay. So, as we know, the education system is sensitive to all changes. And here we are discussing about managing quality ecosystem in education. And as part of the theme selected for this year's conference. And all changes in this world are moving around this change in the system of education, actually. And the transition to digital society has made significant changes in the philosophical foundations of human activity. The exponential growth of information, the formation of new system of knowledge, new systems of knowledge, and actualization of certain value orientations for a new civilization, especially accommodating the new normal conditions. These all demand a high level of uh, quality in education. Only then the students will get the requisite outcome in terms of knowledge, skills, and competencies that they require for their life as partners in this digital world. So, educational ecosystem refers to the unit of educational ecology composed of education and the social ecosystems uh, consisting of material and information and infrastructure and all those associated things. And a higher level in overall quality of education is a necessary requisite to equip students with the knowledge, skills, and competencies. And educational institutions are a collaborative ecosystem where there is a need for a common understanding of the strategy, vision, mission, framework, values, culture, and each member's contribution to align and achieve the quality objectives in a composite, seamless manner. So this require uh, a new approach for the method and the strategy we require in the we follow in the pedagogy for making the system more collaborative. And trust and credibility of partners is in this journey of change are paramount to how quality assurance can be delivered with paradigm shift to technology enforced learning management systems. So the best institutions now are those with the best students, teachers, and employees, apart from the infrastructural facilities. So we know that the institutions are ranked nowadays, and our students select institutions based on the ranking the institutions have. And whenever the employers are selecting select the candidates from the best institutions. So these institutions are rated on their ability to generate funds as well. So in addition to the knowledge they produce and disseminate, the fund generating capacity or the disruptive nature of the knowledge they produce is one aspect which is making them get a high rank. In the present context, the higher education institutions need to showcase themselves and exhibit evidences of the accomplishments of their objectives, mission, and strategies in order to attract stakeholders. And above all, it is very essential that this showcasing include the amount or the bulk of the corpus funds they are generating from their research and extension and consultancy services. So it has become a trend in the higher education scenario of our country that many stakeholders, especially the students and parents, look for opportunities abroad for quality education. And we know that we have in the state of Kerala, a recent trend is that we have a lot of seats lying vacant for want of students in the conventional degree courses and PG courses. So this hints at the trend, the change in the trend in attracting the new generation, new gen courses, attraction towards new gen courses from the part of the students and parents. So this is merely because they look for a career, an opportunity for a better placement the course after their studies. So government has framed policies permitting foreign universities to come and establish their outlet in our country. So new quality parameters will be ruling the system of education to accommodate the foreign universities as well. So it is our need of the day that we have to compete with foreign universities in our country, also with the new generation universities which are deemed to be universities and private universities that emerge with high standing publicity and fund generating capacities. So this also is a need for making a benchmark for assessing our institutions. And as teachers are the essential human capital ensuring quality of public education, the present discussion today will be focusing on the need for continuous professional development and how new training modules can be developed to empower teachers to be the pillar drivers ensuring quality education. So continuous professional development or lifelong education is one of the aspects which is stressed by new education policy also. And it is a commitment to commitment and it encourages looking forward and identify opportunities to learn new things, refresh existing knowledge, improve skills, or simply keep up to date with the latest developments in or industry. And there are different types of CPD depending upon the range of different learning methods. and like the structural or active learning, where we attend seminars, workshop, e-learning, and other CPD certified courses, which focuses on interaction and participation based study. And here there is a participatory active learning from the part of the stakeholder or the teacher who is participating, and reflective or passive learning, where the teacher is taking the initiative to watch training videos, tutorials, attending a non-interactive lecture or podcast or case studies, or whatever he is engaging, she is engaging in updating in the field of study. And the learning has a structural format, but the learner doesn't have active participation. And there is evidently no participant-based interaction. So apart from these two modes of training, there are self-directed CPD or informal, the teachers are actively participating in discussion forums, reading books, articles, publications, and there will not be any learning frame or time frame, and the learning will be quite informal, and outcome can vary from individual to individual. So these basic patterns of CPD can be used for equipping teachers. And we know that the teachers create the internal environment of educational system and supporting the cognitive processes of human development. We have many researchers which show that or which are evident, which evidences the materials or which have research-based materials are being the outputs for training, or training modules have been developed from researchers. And those training modules are nowhere used, usually not in any formal CPD programs. And there is a need to take initiative to use such learning modules for giving training to teachers. And whenever we think about teachers training, these training are either given in a structured format which never change the pattern. So in higher education, somewhat they have changed. They will take up some recent, but for school education, only the training is given. Means, as far as I understand, they give training to those areas, to specific areas which are covered in the curriculum, and some value added course, value based training, and some pedagogic based training are given. But for equipping them more cognitive, means more methodological, pedagogical, and how to enhance this their environment or their teaching quality, and how can they compete with the outside system or the outside world, that need to be stressed. And educational ecosystem mainly concerns with the connections of educational structures, organizations, and systems, as we have discussed. And this teachers have to be equipped in bringing in the humanitarian vision of sustainability. And even though we say that our campuses are green campuses, we do not see that we follow that green protocol always, or that is not made a habit or a second nature of the students and the teachers, or of the whole ecosystem. We do not have that structure, or means we do not take it as we do not imbibe it as our own nature. So like that, humanitarian vision of sustainability means go green and green energy and all those protocols. Even if we practice for the sake of practice, or one day we practice and the next day we deviate from that practice. It's happening in almost all the institutions, except some person. It differs from person to person, of course. Then also, and teachers need to be equipped in such areas by way of their continuous profession, as part of their continuous professional development. That is one thing I wish to propose. And the next one is network and organizational structures and arranging informative and significant content aimed at innovative human development. So, an organizational networks now, there are a few networks, but more are to be framed or developed, and as part of the should get training in such areas, select such areas, and in these networks there continuous professional development in the areas of pedagogy, in the areas of content, and some areas compatible with the dissemination of the some special sustainability themes should be selected and framed. And also the teachers need to update their knowledge and technical skills. In that also teachers need to be trained. For that they have to get the training from training in the technical side, and the active their what you call the disruptive technologies, and where they can make they can make the digital to keep abreast with the digital transformation, and equip the teachers to deal with digital natives in today's classroom. So that dealing with digital natives is something which our teachers feel that they have to equip more with. Means teachers of my generation, usually they will feel at least they are far behind their students in the digital technology. So in that case, we can see a range of participants, means by age or by their experience or by their tactile means nature towards the technology. So anyway, all should be given training in this digital technology, and this quality professionals can play a vital role in leading their institutions to apply proven quality disciplines to new digital disruptive technologies. And then only our institutions can be led forward to generate more funds and to attract more means talented students to study in their courses. And the teachers in almost all areas, the teachers are the persons who have to make their this curriculum, frame the curriculum, and their courses. We are allowed to offer MOOC courses, add-on courses, and all sorts of courses. And the followers or those who wish to participate in those courses shows the proficiency or the quality of the course. So that also is one aspect where the teachers need to give training. And another one is in the teachers, according to their area of interest, they can be given training. Those teachers who are who are interested in the techniques of evaluation, why can't we select such teachers and give training in evaluation? And those who are more qualified or more oriented towards things in material production or material development, more creative in selecting and creating digital materials. So they should be given more training in such areas. And whoever is more equipped, means as per their self motive, if they are more equipped in teaching or in classroom transaction, they can be given training in those areas, so that we get the best quality from the professionals and equip them to be more professional in their ways, so that the institution will become quality institution, and institution can benefit more from the employees. So this is one aspect which we can think about when we give continuous professional development, and professionals need to be given training, and this training should be in specified areas, like you have to select the teachers, let them from their reflection or their area of interest, they can select, and they can submit their they can be professionals in one area of specialization. Now such specialized trainings are rarely found, so that area of specialization, even CTE can take up training or prepare training modules for preparing professionals in these ways in different areas, and evaluation is one area which require more training, because the pattern of evaluation is changing day by day, and new pattern of evaluation and outcome-based instruction require another pattern of evaluation, and so these different patterns of evaluation, and those who are interested only can excel there. And for preparing quality professionals, we require training, or the pattern of training should be modulated in such a way that only interested persons can be given training. And we know that nowadays whatever is happening in the field of in-service training in higher education, most of them are online refresher courses and this orientation courses or CPD courses. In those courses who are attending online, they are attending without having enough attention, I think. So that sort of training, how much the professionalism they will receive from those trainings, and how far they will be equipped from that training, how much quality they will gain from that training, that we have to think. So for the sake of attending a course, we are attending a course, and utilizing that thing in our daily teaching and learning process is another thing. So these aspects we have to consider when we think about quality, and it is no doubt that teachers are the front runners in making any institution a quality institution, and for managing quality and excellence in education is to embrace a future of quality. The excellence should be achieved through quality, and embrace future of quality. So that is what I wish to present before the excellent audience, and thank you for giving me an opportunity, and thank you Gafu sir, the moderator, and all my co-panelists, and my thanks to the chairman and her team of members in this seminar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Asha, for a very detailed presentation. I hope we will any discussion if needed by the audience. If audience have any clarification or addition to the ideas Professor Asha has already shared, please do so now.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay, if there are no important additions from the part of the audience about Dr. Professor Asha's presentation on managing quality ecosystems in education, we will move on to the second panelist presentation on educational outreach program, a step towards developing skills, knowledge and strengthening community by Dr. Bobby Mahanda, Principal, Balghat B.Ed College, West Bengal. I welcome Dr. Bobby Mahanda, Principal, Balghat B.Ed College, West Bengal, to present the views on educational outreach programs as a step towards developing skill, knowledge, and strengthening the community. Please, sir. Is not Mahanda sir here? I think Bobby Mahanda sir is trying to connect, isn't it? Sir, is there any technical problem for from your end? Am I
No,
audible
it's
to you all?
opening. It's opening, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, but there is no presentation as such. It is a dialog
No.
box in Firefox.
I'm starting, sir.
Yes.
I would like to take this opportunity to extend a warm New Year greetings to one and all present here and thank the organizing team for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this international conference. The area that I have chosen is on educational outreach program, a step towards developing skills, knowledge, and strengthening community. Let us first try to understand. try to understand the goals that are related to any kind of outreach programs. First of all, to reach everyone, like you can say in a way, trying to become a chain and form a chain to educate everyone. Next, to make students directly involved with the community, where you see where they can get first-hand experience, information, and understand the issues better and develop skills for handling it. This will enable them, you see, to know the roles and how to contribute towards development of community and the society as a whole. Well, switching to the next, it will also help enable one to have a clear understanding and developing knowledge in the arising societal issues and problems pertaining to it, thereby strengthening communities by addressing various societal needs, okay, their needs, dealing with their needs. Next is to aware and sensitize people about their roles, duties, and responsibilities. Also, to generate the moral and social issues. And that no one, I repeat, no one should ever be deprived of services, education, and their rights. So some of the educational outreach programs that can be, thought of are, you can talk about the literacy drive programs. Okay, this can be carried out. Then visit to the slum areas. Each one plant one program can be thought of. Means for preserving, to conserve rainwater, like take for example in the drums, roof gardens, rainwater harvesting, runoff to panel system can be thought of. Make a rain saucer, it would be like a funnel type. All these are needed for future use, like taking the future under consideration. Then coming to the next is each one, teach one. Of course, this has been advocated by Mahatma Gandhi, like in order to improve illiteracy. However, I would like to extend this, stating that like sharing of experiences, like for instance, we have learned, gathered a little bit of knowledge or experiences through this blended mode of conference. So we can share whatever we got, we can share it to the others. So similarly, like the others will be chaining up the process. So sharing experiences is very important, not only the seminars, but whatever in life, whatever sort of experience or knowledge we gain, we should share, share it to the others. So each one, teach one program can be thought of. Then we can think of the career exhibition. Career fairs can be held, help the aspirant students to seek information about job and educational opportunities. They may have different sort of questions, queries, and these queries can be answered. Then you have solid waste management. Informing the community about collecting the waste and waste for treating and disposing of the waste. Like when we talk about disposing of waste, we need to make the people aware, like about the dry and the wet waste. Okay, like having different sort of bins, maybe the blue for the dry, green trash bins for the wet. And again, the dry category recategorize under the different bags, like one for the plastic and the paper, the other would be for the glass items, the other again for the sanitary waste, put it in the paper bags, and the rest can be disposed in the other bags. So then coming to the next is the training programs. Different sort of training programs can be planned, like take for example dealing with the natural calamities, disaster management programs can be thought of, skill development program in order to boost the economy of the country. Well, then we can think of clean the community day. Yeah, clean the community is very important. We can make the people aware, or maybe some sort of awards can be arranged so that cleanliness can be maintained. Then also protecting of environment and the species, developing human values. Okay, so these sort of training programs can be thought of. Then first aid training, emergency contact numbers can be enlisted, how to approach them can be shared. It's very important. So the next could be know your neighbors. Of course, know your neighbors in a positive way, like so that we can extend our help in times of emergencies. So even some neighbors might have CCTV, so in times of emergency we might request. So know your neighbors is really very important. Then switching to the next is programs for discussion and suggestions on different social and gender issues can be encouraged. Stress management programs like yoga, then walk and observe the nature, play, all these can be included in it. We have guidance and counseling programs, then street play, sanitation and nutrition programs can be carried out, cleaning drive program, anti-addiction program. You see, each institution should make collaborations with different NGOs, build partnership with different institutions as the case may arise. So when you see students are made to involved in such programs, they develop knowledge, they develop the soft skills, leadership skills, and understand their roles and responsibilities as a citizen, and help to open up new pathways for growth, welfare, and success of the community. All right. I hope the importance of educational outreach program is underlined in this discussion of mine. Well, I believe one who thinks for the well-being of others and wishes to secure the life of others will always find a way out to serve the community. So without taking much of time, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam Bobby Mahanda, for a detailed presentation on how to. Am I audible?
Yes,
and
yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. For your detailed presentation on the transdisciplinary practices, especially connected with the educational outreach program, especially focusing on the primary schooling, I feel so. And I invite my audience here to generate a discussion on the issues raised by Dr. Bobby. Please.
I hope I have maintained the time, sir.
Oh, yeah, you have kept the time. Thank you. Participants, please raise some discussion questions or points so that this session will be live. Otherwise, this will be a monologue. Please do join in. Okay, I think the audience is busy with other things here, and they are thinking of the ideas presented by Bobby Mahanda madam. So I invite Dr. Archana Pal, Associate Professor of Sociology, DAV PG College, Dadarun, Uttarakhand, to have her presentation on impact of visuals in ethnomethodological studies. I think it will be a different kind of presentation because both the previous two presentations were from education field, and Madam Archana Pal will be focusing on sociological, especially ethnomethodological studies. Welcome, Madam, please. Madam, please begin with your presentation. Am I audible for you, Dr. Archana Pal?
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sure.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible. Audience, am I audible for you?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Hello, good morning. Am I audible? Hello?
Hello. Welcome. Please begin with. I think Madam Archana Pal has left the meeting, maybe because of some technical issues. We hope that she will join in soon. Shall we have a discussion on the previous two presentation now till the Madam Archana Pal is joining in? Dear organizers, do you have a telephone number of Dr. Archana Pal? Are you connecting with her?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're proceeding with that.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello, madam. Welcome. Please begin.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. There was some technical glitches.
It's all right. Please begin.
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing my screen. Very warm good morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir. I am Dr. Archana Pal from DAV College from Uttarakhand, presenting you this presentation. Is my screen visible to all? Hello?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir. The slideshow is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I would like to proceed. Very warm good morning from comparatively colder part of North India. It is Uttarakhand. I am sitting in the capital of Uttarakhand, that is Dehradun. Without wasting time, I would like to, since we are already off the time, without wasting my time, I would like to present my presentation, that is impact of visuals in ethnomethodological studies. Here in this presentation, I would like to show the life of Ban Gujars that lives in the Rajaji National Park along the foothills of Himalayas. These are the nomadic tribes that migrate from one region, from higher reaches to Himalayas to lower reaches of Himalayas. The keywords that I have used in my presentation is these Ban Gujars, nomads, transhumanists, and ethnomethodology. What I would like to do is I would like to tell about one by one. This is the field of study. This is the field of study, the Rajaji National Park. These Van Gujars live along the rivers that is flowing in the Rajaji National Park region, this river. And the Van Gujar, the deras of Van Gujars are situated along this river. Nomads. What are these nomads? Nomads are the tribal people who move from place to place along with their kettles. Here, one thing that I would like to tell is the visual sociology. It is a comparatively newer field of science, newer field of study, in which we try to show the results of the study through visuals, as visuals create more impact on the mind of a researcher, on the mind of scholars, on the mind of any reader or anyone else. So rather than telling you, I would like to show the impact the visuals plays in the mind of audience or in the mind of people. Now, transhumanism. What is transhumanism? Transhumanism is a practice of moving livestock, of moving kettles from one place to another place, especially the grazing grounds. What happens in the higher reaches of Himalayas during the winters, the snow falls and the whole of the bugyals and whole of the grounds is covered by snow. So then what happened? There is lack of fodder for the kettles. So the Gujars move along with their kettles to the lower reaches of Himalayas, along with their kettles, whole of their families, and all this. This practice is called as transhumanism. Now, what is ethnomethodology? Ethnomethodological studies are the studies that try to study or try to intrude into the daily life of the people, the practical activities, what people are involved into it, practical circumstances, what people are into it. And especially what is important in ethnomethodological studies is that researchers, ethnomethodological studies are very important in anthropological studies. Right now we are also using these studies in sociological studies, but it is importantly being used in anthropological studies when the researcher lives with the community in which he is going to study. He analyze the daily day-to-day practices, religious practices, rituals, their what you call their daily offering to the gods, their way of talking, their culture, their language, everything, by becoming part of that group. Here, the study which is situated, it is in the Rajaji National Park. Here, these are the Gujars. This is a very photo that has been taken long back. These are the typical Gujar families who are sitting in alongside with their deras. This is the Gujar family that lives in the jungle, that lives in the forest areas of Rajaji National Park. These family, as you can see by their attires and all these things, these look like they are practicing the Islam. And all of the Gujars are practicing Islams, and there hasn't been any single family that is following a Hindu religion. Now, these are the deras. These are the deras in which these one Gujars live. What happens in a single dera, all the brothers of a single family will live. All the brothers of a single family will live means they are being a Muslim family, being a Muslim community. The marriage practices, we all know the marriage practices of a Muslim family. So in single dera, brothers will be living in a single brother along with their family will live in this hut, will other one live in this hut, will this hut, and this hut. This is the single dera. Now, what happens? These family, what they do? They build a trench covering their deras. What will they do? They will dig a trench covering their deras so that the reptiles do not enter their deras, or small animals like foxes, hyenas, and even though tigers can jump over there, but still it helps them protect themselves from the reptiles like snakes and small forest, like wild dogs and all those things, though wild dogs are not being seen in these areas, but still this is the practice. Now, this is the inside of the dera, inside of the home. There is this single room in which the single family will be staying, and what is behind this wall is the kitchen. Every single house of every dera will have a settlement like this. They will be sitting like this only. And what is important in this room is this chulha. This is the fireplace. This fireplace is not used for cooking purpose. The fireplace for the cooking purpose will be behind this wall. The fireplace of this fireplace is being used for keeping the house warm, and this fireplace is exactly in front of the main entry door. This is the main entry door from where light is coming, and this is the fireplace which is lighted during the night so that the animals do not enter their huts. Wild animals do not enter their huts, and in addition to protection, these fireplace provide warmth to the people living in this hut. This is again another dera in which this fireplace is being visible right in front of the house. Yes, this is we people along with our research scholars sitting and interrogating, and just not interrogating, just interacting with the people and collecting our data for the presentation, collecting our data for our researches. So here we can see the fireplace. Here, this is the main door entry, and here all the people will be sitting on floor only. They do not have any furniture rather. Since they are the migratories, they do not collect the furnitures and all those things. What will they will be having? They will be just having the essential clothes to keep them warm, essential clothes to keep them covered, and nothing else. Nothing for like that you can call as furniture. This is again. Now, these are the girls of Ban Gujars. What is their leisure time? What is their leisure practices? What are they doing? These are the colored threads lying over there. And these girls are what they are doing. They are just quilting something on this Ultratech cement bag. You can see that in earlier image, you are seeing these small carpets. They are being woven or they are being made by them only, like all these leisure time activities. What they will be doing. One thing is also important, the jewelry they are just adoring. The jewelry they are wearing, they make their jewelries on their own. Now, this is the glimpse of the kitchen they have. As I have said, they do not have so much of belongings with them. These are just the minor belongings they will be having. 1, 2, 3 plates, 1, 2, 3 cups, and wok and all these things. This is the minimum bare necessity what they could be able to sustain with themselves. This is the closure look of the same thing. Now, this is the thatch. This is the thatched roof they make for covering their huts. Why this thatched roof? Because this thatched roof protect themselves from rain, although the major part of this is being open, but still they do something to cover all these things. And while migrating and while leaving their deras, it is easy to dismantle. What they do when they are supposed to migrate, when they will be migrating to the higher reaches of Himalaya, they turn this thatched roof off and keep their deras like this only. And when they will be returning, this is the thatched roof. Yeah, this is the thatched roof. What they will do, when they will be migrating to higher reaches of Himalayas, what they will do, they will just turn off, they topple down this thatched roof and keep their deras like this only. These are the kettles. What type of kettles they are rearing? They are just rearing buffaloes, because there is the maintenance of the buffaloes is much more easier as compared to cows and sheep and all those things. Sheep tend to get diseases quite often, even the goats and even the cows cannot travel long distances, so for them buffaloes are easier to rear them. So they used to have small buffaloes, and it's not that they will not be having goats and sheep. They do have goats and sheep also, but still. Now, what you can see here, you can see a pond. What they do, they dig 2 water holes. One water hole is for animals, and another water hole is for drinking purpose for themselves. For animals, there will be a bigger type of water well like this. The animals will be getting water to drink, to bath from this hole, and they will be digging another water hole for drinking purpose along the riverside. Now, this is the jewelry that I was telling. They make this jewelry on their own. The girls, this is the leisure time activity, what the girls do with this, with their spare time. This is again another settlement of Ban Gujjar's family. This is the single pillar on which the thatched roof, you can see this roof. This roof is all covered with thatches, with the other transparency sheets and all these things. There will be a single cot that can be transportable. These are the boxes in which they just pack their belongings, and either they will be keeping the heavy belongings here only, or they will be traveling. Because when they migrate from, I hope I'm audible. Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You are audible.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Okay, I was feeling that it's not like a monologue that only I am speaking and no one is able to listen to me. Okay, and this is the thatched roof that they used to build and keep their home. It's a quite a big settlement. What they will do, they will just leave their heavy belongings here only, and they migrate with their lighter belongings to higher reaches of Himalayas, like Himachal Pradesh, like Uttarkashi in higher Himalayas, and similar even to they migrate to J&K also. Some people will migrate to Uttarkashi, the higher reaches of Uttarakhand. Some people will migrate to Himachal Pradesh. Some people will migrate to Jammu and Kashmir. Likewise, they carry a lighter weight. They also have their mules with them for carrying beast of burden, like beast of burden. They to pack their things. Now, what one thing is also important. The Rajaji National Park is quite being known for its elephants. Elephants are quite in a number of places are there. So what they will do, they will make their deras on a little bit higher altitude. A little bit higher altitude so that elephants could not climb over there. So this, I have taken this photo from comparatively lower altitude, and this whole of the thatch and this whole of the dera is at quite higher altitude so that elephants do not climb these deras. This is an elderly couple of Ban Gujars. They have a joint family. They practice the joint family system. This is the settlement. This may be a common place for assembling people, for combining unity. Like it can be acted as a community hall. Okay, so this was my presentation, and through this presentation, what I had tried to show what impact the visuals have on people's mind. Hope with this presentation everyone could be able to have an idea of the life of Ban Gujars, the presentations of Ban Gujars, how they live, how they look like, and how they I know with such a small span of time I could not present whole of the areas in which they migrate and whole of the settlements in which they live. But still, with these visual effects, I had tried to make an impact of the visuals on my studies to others. Hope the distant peoples from all the corners of the country could have an idea of these Ban Gujars. So along with this presentation, I would like to thank the organizing committee of the conference to give me this opportunity from northern part of India to connect with the people from southern part of India, from eastern part of India, from western part of India. A very hand-folded thankful. I'm really thankful to the organizing committee. With this, any questions, any queries will be welcomed.
Please do participate in discussion because it was an interesting visual presentation.
I hope people might have liked the presentation,
Yes,
the visuals.
yes.
Visual sociology, the one of the importance of
some observation on this topic, please.
The importance of visual sociology is this only: to make your studies interesting. This is the importance of visual sociology. This is the importance of visuals, through which otherwise sociology, what sociology do? Sociology used to practice or used to study the abstract ideas, abstract images of society, abstract processes. Through these visuals, we are just encroaching, or we are trying to make our ways to more interactive field of studies.
Okay, it's one way of analyzing the small societies and the relations.
Small societies. Yeah, this is a micro study rather
Yes.
than a macro study. Yeah.
Okay, any observation from the part of audience, please? Because Madam has joined us from a very distant place, Uttarakhand, and shared her interesting views on a special tribe population there. Very distant tribes, maybe they are nomadic too. We might have some observation in relation with our society as well. Please.
Hope there was not any connectivity problem after
okay.
that.
If there are any observation, discussion points, please raise regarding not only this presentation, the other presentations as well. Please. So that let the presenters feel valuable.
Yes, sir.
We at least listen to them and pick up some ideas through their 15 minutes or so they have spent with us. Please.
Even if there is no query, it can be just
Observations.
observation, clarification of thoughts, more knowledge gaining things.
Okay, I think participants are having thought about the lunch because will be in the working place or at their home. On behalf of the organizers, Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTEF Kerala, and Baselios College of Education, Sultan Bathery, Wayanad, Kerala, which organizes the 21st Annual Convention of Council for Teacher Education Foundation and the International Conference on Transdisciplinary Approaches, Global Trends in Education, Research and Development. Please note the title, Global Trends in Education, Research and Development. This session, I think it was the first technical session, which was an online session with 3 panels. We had 3 panels with us. I think the 4th panelist is missing, isn't it? Has Ruby joined in?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
No, sir. She is
So,
not coming.
Pardon?
No, she is not coming, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this panel discussion was on the theme transdisciplinary approaches in managing quality systems of education. I think the panelists have done at their best to do justice to the topic. We had 3 panelists, Dr. Asha JV from School of Pedagogical Sciences, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. Then Dr. Bobby Mahanda from Balurghat B.Ed College Principal, West Bengal, and Dr. Archana Pal, Associate Professor from Dehradun, Uttarakhand. They have dealt on 3 different topics. I think it was somewhat multidisciplinary than transdisciplinary. Dr. Asha spoke about managing quality ecosystem in education. I felt that Madam's presentation was mostly on higher education, its quality, parameters, etc. And Dr. Bobby Mohanda spoke about, I think, school education, their curricular experiences of children, how we can make the such curriculum in schools being transacted as more transdisciplinary in nature, some issues, social issues, which can be connected, etc. So, Dr. Asha was speaking about the importance of collaborative ecosystems in higher education. According to her, that need trust and credibility of partners of various stakeholders of education, from the student level to the higher ups in the higher education system of the country. Dr. Asha was also trying to connect this quality with the technological shifts, especially changes infused in learning management systems due to the introduction of technology. Dr. Asha tried to define quality in terms of educational outcomes and as well as research extension and consultancy services. And these were connected with the demand for foreign or education abroad, and she wanted to equip our higher education teachers through continuous professional development on educational systems, sustainability, disruptive technologies, and she also spoken much about the specialization in higher education professionals, especially for using technology, evaluation, classroom teaching, etc. These aspects, sustainability, educational ecosystem, disruptive technologies, or generally technology use and the related issues, are issues of education system in general. It is not limited to higher education only, though Dr. Asha spoken about it only, which can be solved or which can be approached through the lens of transdisciplinarity. Transdisciplinarity actually is regarding the issues that are interconnecting the society, as well as economics and environment. This transdisciplinarity actually is a word for your all knowledge, first used by one of the educationists. You all are much aware about Jean Piaget, as a in an attempt to explain the knowledge development or epistemological development in children. So what Dr. Bobby Mahanda was doing, trying to communicate us through her focus on attempting to improve our communication and attempting to improve the quality of primary education through reaching everyone by forming appropriate chains which are not cut off, and directly involving students in community so that they understand the real issues in the society, just like water problems or water harvesting or solid waste management or their own duties and responsibilities in society, etc. When transdisciplinarity, I think, comes in two perspectives. One is in a global perspective. When we go global, when we think about the ecosystem, for example, or sustainability, for example, or poverty, for example, or quality of education, for example, or to that matter, quality of teacher education, for that matter, or any aspect of the teacher education, etc. These have global dimensions which connect all these issues, including poverty or water problems, sanitization, quality of education, or rising sea levels, or threat to humanity. All these sustainable development problems are global in nature and can be solved through the education, research, and development which transcend the disciplines. That is the importance of relevance of transdisciplinarity in education, which emerged, which gained attention from 1990s onwards, in parallel with the emerging awareness or alertness about the ecological problems that the earth faces. So what Bobby Mahanda madam was trying to attempt, I feel, is to sensitize the youngest generation in schools about these issues through some mode of curriculum reformations which focus on workshops, public talks, or community visits, or community service, each one teaching one, etc., etc. I thank Bobby Mahanda madam and Dr. Asha for connecting the topic with the two levels of education. And coming to the impact of visuals in methodological studies, it was a very new thing for most of us. Are here education is focusing on education only, and if you will have a sociological specialization as well, and ethnomethodology as a researcher it will be helping us to focus on local issues rather than the global issues that we have already discussed on. The local issues, for example, very local issues, how to connect, what are the problems of using technology in classrooms, what are the problems of communication with our students, etc., will be made a problem in cases like these tribal people who are nomads, etc. So making curriculum for them, from an educational perspective I am speaking, making curriculum for them, communicating with them in a quality way so that they achieve the outcomes, etc., is a problem. And such problems can be solved only from the blending of by crossing the boundaries of the discipline, not only sociology, but also psychology, but also technology, the historical background, the linguistic studies, etc., etc. This is the relevance of transdisciplinarity. Though these three issues will does not cover all the areas where the education or teacher education in which we are much interested in, the most of the audience are interested in through these topics, but these three topics, these three presentation by Dr. Asha, Dr. Bobby, and Dr. Archana Pal have given us as a glimpse to what the relevance of transdisciplinarity, especially for the development, research, education, etc. in the various level of education. And on behalf of the organizers, I thank three participants, Dr. Asha, Dr. Bobby, and Dr. Achana, for their very interesting and eye-opening presentations. I thank the whole audience as well as the organizers, including Madam Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Dr. M.S. Geeta, President of IRO, Dr. Shashikumar Sir, Most Reverend Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas Sir, Bishop of Bathery Diocese, Dr. Rajeshwari Madam, Dr. Anwar, Dr. Nimi Mary, Dr. Anim Kumar, Principal of Baselios College, Dr. Sunil, etc., who are part of this organization, organization of this international conference, for giving me opportunity. And I thank the presenters, I thank the audience, and I thank the organizers for this opportunity and making this session useful on. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your sincere efforts to lead this panel discussion into such an effective session. This session was indeed so resourceful and deliberately enriched. Thank you once again, sir. We have come to an end of our panel discussion. Regarding the same, we would like to thank all the panelists and the audience. Now it's time for lunch break. All are requested to kindly be back exactly at 1:45 p.m. for the next session regarding the paper presentations. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you, the organizers. Thank you, the participants. Thank you, the presenters. Thank you all. Bye.
Now we have information regarding the next session. For the paper presentations, we have 6 panels. The chairmen of these panels are Panel 1, Chairperson, Dr. Vijay Kumari K., Associate Professor, Farooq College. Panel 2, Dr. Arun Kumar P., Assistant Professor in Educational Psychology, GCTE, Kozhikode. Panel 3, Dr. Joseph Kacharayil, Principal, Present B.Ed College, Madaipara, Parayangadi, Kannur. Panel 4, Dr. Mumtaz N.S., Associate Professor, Farooq Training College, Calicut. Panel 5, Dr. Anila Chako, Principal, St. Thomas Training College, Mukkalekal, Thiruvananthapuram. Panel 6, Dr. Meenakshi Ramachandran S., HM, Christ Nagar Junior School, Thiruvallam. This is for the information of the chairman and presenters. Kindly get connected to your panel at sharp 1:45 p.m. Thank you all.